Morning opens like a question posed to the heart, simple and wide, asking for attention. In that quiet invitation, the world becomes a wide map of possibility, each edge soft with potential. A steady breath settles the mind and lets small astonishments reveal themselves as teachers. Notice how the ordinary becomes extraordinary when curiosity is allowed to linger. Let this first light remind that seeking is itself a practice that widens perception. The first step need not be grand. It is simply honest movement toward what calls. One quiet choice clears a path through the tangle of doubt, and momentum grows like a slow tide. There is courage in gentle action and a humble bravery that outlasts flashier feats. Trust is not absence of fear, but the willingness to continue while listening to inner guidance. This step plants the seed of a journey that wants to be explored. A curious mind is a lens that reshapes what is seen, rendering familiar scenes with new color and depth. When attention softens into wonder, the world responds with detail and meaning previously unnoticed. See patterns where none seem to exist, and find questions that feel like small lanterns in the dark. Allow this lens to widen perception rather than narrow it, inviting multiple truths to coexist. The practice of asking transforms experience into discovery. The landscape of possibility quietly extends its hand, offering pathways that curve beyond immediate sight. There is gentle power in accepting an invitation to explore, a permission granted to the inner explorer. Each wandering thought becomes a compass needle, pointing to deeper awareness and subtle joy. Keep the heart light and the attention steady, allowing curiosity to guide without haste. Here begins a journey where small discoveries accumulate into meaningful transformation. Stepping past comfort is a quiet rite, not a dramatic leap, and it begins with willingness to feel the unfamiliar. There is a sacred kind of bravery in choosing to cross a threshold while holding steady breath. The unknown is less an enemy than a teacher wrapped in questions and strange textures. Let the heart remain open to surprise, for each strange corner hides a lesson. Movement forward is the truest permission to learn. Shadows are not only absence, they carry whispers that point toward unseen paths and truths. When silence is honored, subtle voices rise that offer guidance dressed in metaphor. A calm attention to what is hidden brings unexpected clarity, and the shadows begin to teach rather than frighten. Embrace the mysterious language of what cannot be labeled, and an inner map starts to form. This listening builds resilience and a deeper sense of direction. Courage often arrives as small habits, steady breathing, clear intention, and gentle acceptance of discomfort. These tools are simple yet profound, shaping responses rather than reacting in haste. Practice softening into difficulty and observe how fear loses its volume. Through patient presence, strength grows without strain, and choices become more aligned. This is the craft of brave hearts, learning to move through the unknown with grace. Not all maps show the destination. Some offer contours and currents that must be read with intuition. Accepting imperfect directions invites creativity and adaptive wisdom into the journey. The unknown requires improvisation, a willingness to rewrite plans when new light appears. Keep curiosity as companion and humility as guide, for both reveal pathways when certainty fails. In this way, the voyage becomes an education in graceful flexibility. Uncertainty has a rhythm that can be learned rather than feared, a cadence that shapes choice and rest. When attention syncs with that rhythm, actions flow with more ease and less internal friction. The body quiets, the mind steadies, and decisions arise from deeper alignment rather than panic. There is grace in moving with uncertainty, as if dancing rather than wrestling. In that dance, insight appears between steps. Unknowns create space where imagination and invention can take root. This is fertile ground for practical transformation. Allowing ambiguity opens pathways to experiment and to learn by doing. Small experiments illuminate what large plans cannot foresee, and curiosity becomes a laboratory for growth. Embrace playful inquiry and accept that mistakes are part of discovery. This creative courage reframes risk as possibility. Anchors hold values steady. Sails catch the winds of opportunity. Both are needed on uncertain seas. Grounding practices stabilize the inner landscape, while openness to change gathers momentum. Balancing steadiness with flexibility makes navigation wise and adaptive. Honor what holds true and welcome what shifts, maintaining both roots and reach. Such balance fosters confidence that is supple rather than rigid. Not knowing can be an unexpected ally, clearing space for new meanings to arrive unforced. In blankness, fresh perspective appears without the weight of preconception. Allow the humility of uncertainty to soften the ego and enlarge compassion for self and others. These moments reveal how curiosity and patience co-create understanding. The gift is a quiet expansion of heart and mind. Each small insight gathered along the way becomes a steady light to guide future steps. These modest illuminations do not shout. They quietly rearrange priorities and yield gentle clarity. Hold them close as maps written in the language of lived experience rather than theory. Let gratitude code the lessons into daily habits that align intention with action. This is how inner treasures become practical wisdom. Returning is not retreat, but the act of weaving what was learned into ordinary life with purpose. The strange and the familiar find harmony when new perspectives shape daily choices. Small rituals carry the momentum of the journey into steady routines that honor growth. Share quietly when appropriate and hold certain discoveries as private embers that warm future possibilities. In weaving, transformation becomes durable and kind. Fear has shifted from domineering judge to informative companion, signaling thresholds that deserve attention. With practice, the alarmed voice of fear softens into one that offers caution without paralysis. Respond with compassionate steadiness, discerning when to act and when to rest. This matured relationship expands choice rather than contracts it. The result is a calmer courage that keeps moving when necessary and pausing when wise. Living with wider eyes means recognizing wonder in the simplest textures of life and honoring mystery as companion to knowledge. The everyday becomes a canvas where curiosity paints small, sacred scenes. Keep asking quiet questions that stretch perspective and return often to practices that ground insight. In this way, the unknown remains an open friend rather than a foe, and the life that emerges is rich, gentle, and purposeful. walk forward, carrying both humility and curiosity as steady companions.